Hi, everybody, and welcome to Step Into My Office, the Glamour series where we take you behind the scenes with some of the world's most successful career women. Today, we're outside the New York City headquarters of the super cool nonprofit Feed to meet its founder, Lauren Bush Lauren, a woman who, with no formal business training, started an organization that has fed more than 75 million children around the world. Now, you and I have known each other a long time. You were on the cover of Glamour in 2002 when you weren't even in college yet. You could be a supermodel, a designer, a photographer, a scholar. Why are we here in the offices of Feed instead?
As a sophomore in college, I had this sort of amazing, life-changing opportunity to travel with the UN World Food Program. They were looking to get more students active and involved in the fight to end world hunger. So I took my first trip to Guatemala with the World Food Program, and from then on I've been dedicated and committed to helping fight world hunger in some way. I had the idea for the feed bag really as a way for other people, especially young people, to engage in the issue of hunger. For every bag and every product we make, there's a clear number on it, and that signifies the amount of meals that you're essentially donating through that purchase.
And you didn't just design the bag, obviously you started an entire company built around this idea. I know you started it with your own savings. Was that a difficult decision?
We had our first order from Amazon.com, so basically I needed just funding in order to fund this first order. It was 500 bags. And with that, 500 children would be fed for a year.
Incredible. You obviously come from a political family. Your grandfather is President George H.W. Bush, and your uncle is President George W. Bush. Did they inspire you to go into this kind of public service?
At an early age, this idea of being a public servant was one that I just innately grew up with. And even my mom started a charity when I was younger to help homeless and abused children. So I do feel very grateful that those values were always kind of front and center in my household.
It sounds like your mother is a role model to you. Who are some of the women who have inspired you as you've tried to chase your own dreams?
I'm most inspired by the women I'm closest to every day. So my little sister, Ashley, is amazing and very entrepreneurial in her own right. And most of the Feed staff are women. I'm lucky every day to be surrounded by really smart, dedicated women.
I want to ask your advice for women who want to start their own company. So often you do have to start it in your own home. How do you really get it done? It worked for you.
To start where you can start and be okay with that is important. For us though, what was challenging too is having meetings, because you can't really invite external partners that you want to impress and show that you're a professional company to your apartment. And we did a few times, but it's always a little awkward.
Here, sit on my bed and invest in my company.
Yeah, exactly. So we'd always have to meet at little restaurants nearby or coffee shops, and you can just make that work.
How would you describe your leadership style?
I try to be a very straightforward leader because I believe, obviously, if you have happy, well-rounded staff that are spending time with family and friends, they'll be better at work.
You and your husband, David Lauren, are in related fields. And how do you keep yourself from talking about work all the time? Or isn't it a temptation?
It is. One of our first dates, so gosh, 10 years ago, I told him about the idea for the feed bag. So he was one of the initial encouragers of this idea. But we have found that balance, and I do think we do a good job at not bringing everything home, bringing that stress home.
We all have moments of doubt. How do you get through yours?
You can't help but, I think, have self-doubt, and I think that actually makes you a better leader.
That's interesting. Why is that?
Doubt is healthy because it keeps you on your toes. It keeps you striving to be a better person, to be a better leader. Having kind of that humbling realization of okay, maybe I shouldn't be doing X, Y, and Z is healthy to any organization.
I want to ask how your work style changed when you went from working at home to working in an office. Suddenly, was there a need for lipstick?
It hasn't changed all that much. I think when I used to work from my home, I would look at my schedule every day, and if I had an external facing meeting, then I would dress up a little bit more. And now every day I come to work and I dress up. But feed dress up means a blazer and jeans or sweater and jeans. I do try to keep it simple.
Glamour, as you know, does Glamour do's and don'ts. So let me get some Lauren Bush Lauren workplace do's and don'ts.
Okay.
Talking politics at work, do or don't?
Don't. No need to polarize people in the workplace.
Dressing in your pajamas when you work at home, do or don't?
Don't. At least put on jeans.
Checking work emails from bed, something I myself am guilty of, do or don't?
Oh, I really used to, but now I think it's a don't.
Wearing full makeup when you're on a UN trip. Do or don't?
You just don't. Yeah, no need for that. Slash will melt off your face.
Lauren, thank you so much for letting us invade
Cindi.
your offices.
Oh my gosh. You're welcome anytime.
At Glamour, we love to hear from our audience. So if you enjoyed today's conversation with Lauren Bush-Lauren, please let us know in the comments below. And be sure to let me know which other women you'd like to hear from in future episodes. Thanks for watching Step Into My Office.